welcome someone New Year Tashidile.
Gelek and Happy New Year to all of you for the Happy New Year. And welcome to the class.
Tadang also the Shanduchik River, the animal Gag Chundian. Taji Tata Pejel and around the Chow Moyin Baruma Cheva Tamjela, Tangma Chatuyata. And that moment you don't get any do you compati and the Sanjo Tuyak. Then any Chawalambuya, Molam Chandian, to the Badis.
First of all, we would like to say short prayers in order to purify the negative karma or sin that we might have committed or collected, in the past, in the 2000 or in the past years. And then also the prayers is also aimed to have progress, and especially spiritual progress and development in our coming years.
That and the Quran the Sumbana Shinshigi and Pama Bunja Bunches, when the Saman to Chibad of Chireta, Saman, when the Quran Sumbana Shishigi, not to Samala, Pama Bunja Bunjana Shita Chati or Saman.
I think like Venerable, he was saying here that we all are one. So I also share the same viewpoint that we all are the same. We all are brothers and sisters. The difference we have in our present life is because of the rebirth that we have taken in different ways. In fact, we all could be from same family. And I was told that you would burn the papers in the bowl. And I asked the reason, and I was told that it is done to purify the negative karma or sin that you might have committed in the past years. So I think this is a wonderful job. I like to say a few words in relation to this purification practice that you do here.
And this show the better than the Tame, Lama, the Geshe, the Sukan, Gesem Shumbuche. Gesem Shumbuche. That's Chima and Tawan and Mesa. And so the Diba Samala, Tuguna, Nabach, and Shugutilla, Tim Sonsa, but and it metatan, and meditate and she share of the mega now, I guess, on Sapat, the day of Novachin, I would do some tensions and Aristana.
I like to.
Gesem Shumbuche.
When you are engaging into this purification practice in which you burn the papers and visualizing, thinking that you are purifying your sin or negative karma, I would like to suggest that when you are engaging this kind of purification practice, it is good to develop the strong kind of regret or remorse deep down in your heart. And when you are performing that purification practice, at the same time, you also develop the pledge or promise yourself or pledge, take the pledge that you would not engage in any form of negative karma, any form of negative action in coming years or in from now on. And also, you can think of that when the smoke or the coming out of the fire, you can think of all the sins are burned or purified, and also the light, the fire itself can indicate or signify that the wisdom that can eliminate the ignorance that is the underlying root cause of our negative karma and negative actions. So today I'm just suggesting this, my philosophical thinking, because it is, you have given this opportunity for us to share our own understanding of life and things. That's why I just like to give a brief suggestion in relation to the purification practice that you do here. So I want you to do that. I want to request you to do that. So we will say the prayers with this kind of intention or motivation deep in our heart. And then I also wish and request that everyone develop the same wish, that you are purifying your negative karma of the past years and developing the positive wish that you will perform positive karma as much as you can in coming years. So you would have that kind of, I want you to develop that kind of strong positive emotion or wish when we say the prayers.
Seba Somaje, Nyame Shenje Shala Cha, Zelo Gombo Tuje Chetemba, Tamje Jembe Temba Fu, Sena Yende Jazu, Dejen Shala Cha, Zelo Tabe Deja Dewa Jo, Jebe Nyesun Le Do De, Chendo Tenda Jojo Ba, Jijo Jela Cha, Dene Dwe La Ya Ne La Ba Da La Ra Do Ne, Shenje Damba Yende De, Ginde La Ya Cha, Deba Jin Me Jia Xin, Jewa Bezu Tomba Shu, Ranji Zene Yong Su De, Dene Sanje Tenba Ye, Kamara De Ma Me Da, Juma Zeba Jubu Da, Me La La Da Jindan Bu, Diji Chenan Jidra Da, Zenan Di, Tamji Siba Ye, Koban To De Jinji Da Du, Gada Nada Sibe La Du, Sibe Zole Doba Tuba Rai Shu.
dewa male jove Jere zewa tenze jazo ye shabe sede bando tenjo je pama senje tanje tena tenjo je nyendo tamje tato tongwa da chanjo semba kana sojo Teda kunje mola dojo je pende jone temba tashin ye tenze jebo tanje konga leje konla je jube Sanje temba tato ye jo je jambe bao je da jambo da kondo zambo de ai de je da kunje je so da lo je gewa de tamje ra do
다 이래지 시시나야 그러면 당한 남배 결혼식 비찬에 단 남배기 이제 도당 주주식 수가 있어.
Since I am a Buddhist ordained monk or bhikshu, so I like to say something from Buddhist philosophical point of view.
이리다 시당 된대래 가르쳐 그래. 남배기 최냠는 시당 도당 쉬어로 와. 이 안에 따와다 저반이 숨도 되게 거네 안에 냠는 시고 하지 그래.
The way in which the Buddhists practice Buddha's teaching is to combine the Buddhist philosophical point of view and the conduct, the teaching that talks about the conduct, the attitude, the behavior of one's body and verbal expression and mental attitude.
第一的这到的就把送这些怎么的，就把的看的中国的这个是呢，俺的强巴的、印记的、在瓦的，俺的先别给上巴了，我那排解主个伢们说吧，就是俺的绝别伢们把主个这些。
So when we talk about the conduct or the way in which you are advised to live or behave, we talk about the importance of cultivating love, positive emotions such as love and compassion and bodhicitta, and also we talk about the importance of practicing or engaging into the sixth perfection, which is the practice of morality and patience and wisdom and concentration and so forth.
장바다 인지 자와서야 디 지금 심지에 녀자와도 보시다 민주화 주보 지금 장바다 인지 자와 마셔 봐세 그 심지에 여도 쪽이 아니 장바다 인지 자와 지금 아니 심평 상바시고 그랬어 근데 양내 지시고
and the teaching, Buddhist teaching, talks about the importance of cultivating love and compassion and loving kindness, not only towards the certain type of beings, but it is to be extended towards all the living beings.
당연히 진바래 진배냐면 수직의 냐네 띵이의 냐면 세아도 상말로야 배 가르쳐 거래 지금 예서 와서 많이 봐. 배 자신 뭐 싶으지 뭐 되지고 심지 탐지를 미비지만 냐면 시고.
Also when we talk about the practice of six perfections such as morality or the practice of giving, it is taught to practice these form of practice towards all living beings, such as practice of giving is to be practiced towards all living beings.
다 다가는 진바래 추림도 저바래 준주의 냠내도 타입의 심지 탐지를 미는 아니 냠내 시고요.
So it is advised that when you engage into the practice of sixth perfection, your intention of the practice should be to benefit all living beings or all sentient beings.
다 된들이 참바다 인지 자와들의 자신보고 냠내도 용수서 봐 탐지를야 시럽 조던 제바지. 시럽 조던 제베고는 냠내도 시고 그래서.
And whenever you engage into this form of practice, such as cultivating love and compassion in engaging into the practice of 6 perfections, you have to have the philosophical view in which you view every phenomena and every single external things that includes yourself is empty of inherent existence, the empty of independent existence, empty of permanent existence. So this kind of view is to be cultivated simultaneously when you are engaging into this form of practice.
다 시럽고 토어서야지 따뜻도 되는 냠면 차대요 그래. 시럽스키 토어서야지 따뜻도 냠면도 다니시. 냠면도 차대요 그래. 근데 시럽고 토도 집어치고 이제 시럽고 토어서야지 시럽디 따뜻도 냠면 쪼지는 시기요.
In Buddhism, we talk about the 2 types of method: the method aspect and the wisdom aspect. So, wisdom aspect is to be cultivated by studying the philosophical point of view, or philosophical view of the Buddhist tenets.
다 따뜻도 시험도 잠반에 아니 메타베 따와, 다메베 따와, 아니 치르튼도 못베 따와, 아니 장은의 못베 따와서 근데 그 남샤시 공부 기회 숨고 그랬어. 따뜻도 시험도.
When we talk about the philosophical view of Buddhist tenets, we talk about the view of emptiness and the view of impermanent, and the view of the selflessness, and the view of the interdependent existence, and view of the empty of inherent existence. So we talk about different levels of philosophical view. So we talk about 4 different philosophical view, such as the view of emptiness, the view of impermanent, and the view of emptiness, the view of selflessness, and the view of the empty of inherent existence.
동해를 탈해야 명예시 똑같어. 동해를 탈해야 명예 되게 싸와디 셈모드에 좀 받치는 로디였어. 셈모드로 온 거 탐으로 것이.
The reason why we have to have the understanding of these levels of philosophical view, because when we reflect, when we look at ourselves and think, the reason why we are not able to liberate ourselves from the suffering of the cyclic existence is because we have the misconception of the reality and of oneself as well.
배나 단대야 가서 저와야 보지 큰 도움이 돼 가서 세미나 저와지. 치 뭐고 야게 가서지 치배이네. 오늘 지난번에는 치 뭐고 야게 시부지 치배 기행이 zamulati chi le mege migdo sambo chetua da chati yorwa uchi yaje tumbe ne mo chungyore de yin ya tandan chi dolo khangge me do rawa chi duptu me do chatan chi ti khari duptu yo ma lamna ko sem le na lo sem ju ma dibe onge de ne ko dolo khang.
And even though the important and the main emphasis in Buddhist teaching is to place on developing the mental attitude, pacifying the mind, taming the mind, the training the mind is considered a very important practice in Buddhist teaching. It is because even in our today's life, in this world, you can see a lot of progress in terms of materialism or external things, but we can still find a lot of problems and sufferings and pains. So it is because why all these, if you look at the source of these suffering or pain that we encounter in our life, in the society, in the country, it's all rooted to the mind that is untamed, that is undisciplined. So it is taught that taming one's mind and training one's mind is very important practice. And why our mind is untamed, why it is undisciplined? Because it is under the influence of afflictions, it is under the influence of negative emotions such as attachment and anger and hatred and ignorance and so forth.
뉴모도서 강가 뉴모도서 강가 그수 즉 푸푸푸죠다 뉴모도서 강가 깨서가 푸죠로 자와 투서 가르투고서는 란진진 세계지당 단진이 일토되고
And if you look at the root source of these afflictive emotions such as attachment and hatred and so forth, then you will see that it is rooted in the mind that is known as self-grasping mind, and also the view of self, in which we tend to think that self does exist independently or permanently or inherently. That kind of misconception of the self has been the underlying root cause of all these afflictive emotions.
란진지 쇼침부 시부제 신신지의 배 교부시부차 뭐 신신지의 누바시라면 되게 란진지의 쇼침부 시부제 신신지의 누바 매바 인송사 되게 용다지 연구요.
Because of having strong form of self-grasping mind, we develop self-cherishing mind. And because of having strong form of self-cherishing mind, we have, we tend to neglect others' well-being and others' happiness, and we are not able to cultivate the mind that cherish others' well-being and happiness.
다 초지디 동업에서라 매대게서 다 매바셔라 다도 진대게 지금 로직 인식 제대로 내가 지금 용도지 연구요.
The problem arises, this kind of misconception we develop because in reality there is no self that exists independently or inherently and so forth. But due to our ignorance, we view the self as existing independently or inherently or permanently. So due to that, we develop a self-grasping mind and self-cherishing mind and so forth.
근데에서 란진지의 단진이들이 자와도지 체네. 아니 차당 모습으로 막보시고 이제 대용. 안 대인 대본남에 막보시고 용되게 요랬어.
Due to having developed strong form of self-grasping mind, and we develop self-cherishing mind, and due to having strong form of self-cherishing mind, we develop all these afflictive emotions or afflictions, and that impels us to engage into this negative karma or negative action that somehow results into suffering and pain.
We
can say we are somehow being enslaved under the force of our self-grasping mind and self-cherishing mind. So they are the one who controls our life, who dominates our mind and our way of life. So in order to eliminate this kind of misconception of self and external things, Buddhism talks about the method, two types of method known as method aspect and wisdom aspect, and that by unifying these two methods, one will be able to eliminate one's misconception of self and external things, and will be able to liberate oneself from the ignorance and so forth. So, in order to eliminate the mind that cherishes one's own well-being only, the Buddhist teaching talks about the importance of cultivating love and compassion, bodhicitta, towards other beings, towards all living beings.
In
order to have successful in cultivating love and compassion and bodhicitta and so forth towards other beings, it is important for one to be able to cultivate correct form of correct philosophical view, correct view, or otherwise one won't be able to successful in one's practice of cultivating love and compassion towards other beings.
tawa de ling.
So the self-grasping mind is the one that can be eliminated only by studying the philosophical view and profound view, which is taught or discussed in different schools of Buddhist tenets.
다 tawa ge nyamne le on tawa ge ne tawa ge tawe nyamne ge thangbu do budi ane meta pe tawa su ko to.
So when we talk about philosophical view, we talk about the first philosophical view. We talk about in Buddhism. We talk about the view of impermanence of self and external things.
ane ta jebe nyamne ko thangbu de ane yingjin ko zu go.
And when we talk about the conduct, the attitude of yourself, such as attitude of the physical attitude or behavior, verbal and mental, we talk about the compassion is the first practice which is to be done or practiced.
Dende yin tawa ale ma shu che nangba sanji ge tawa ma shu de meta pe tawa de cha de re. Ma shu do chi tangbo tawe ne ma shu do chi.
The view of impermanence is considered the lowest philosophical view in Buddhist teaching.
제가 tawa ma shu meta pe tawa de cha wa sa meta pe tawa de shira ke chi bu cha de.
Even though the view of impermanence is impermanent is considered the lowest philosophical view, but it is considered the most important philosophical view in Buddhist teaching.
Dende yin tawa thangbu nerim de ne tawa morim ne su lo jang go yo rang so zo dang de.
So when we cultivate the understanding of Buddhist philosophical view, we are taught to cultivate the understanding of the impermanence or view of impermanent first at the beginning.
Dende yin ngarang zo meta ba de nangba sanji jung ne chue nyam ne chi gen le yin ya meta be nyam ne de ke chi bu de yo re.
So for Buddhist, the understanding of impermanence, the meaning of impermanence, is considered very crucial, very important.
아니 chue nyam le ma jing ge ge ne ya meta be ge ta ru tu nyam ne chi ya de ke chi bu cha de yo re.
And I also think that even those who do not believe in religion, it is also important for them. It is also important to have good understanding on the meaning of impermanent. So when we talk about impermanence, we talk about different types of impermanent. The impermanent, grosser form of impermanent, and more subtle form of impermanent.
About the metaphor, Tamil Namsha to the Shion, Tindu, Tsiri and to reach Hame the Devin to Shion to Shirago Pe, could you pass the Josh Chimburisha?
When we talk about the most subtle form of impermanent, it somehow relates to the examination which is done by scientists on the atoms, subtle particles. Atoms is quite related to this form of examination of the subtle particles.
Takanashi metaphor Tamil Namsha Shion to somebody, Siri Bagun come with the George to her. Pensu Chigila, Tentin by the Pensu Chigila, Eugene to Wash to her, then to Wash Chimbu, you can see the shop. Pensu Chigila, Dun. Siri Pensu Eugene Namsha Shion to her. Or to Sudan Metaphor Namsha to Shira to you, can see the shop.
I think the scientists examines the relationship between the cause and effect of the subtle particles or atoms. I think the understanding of the impermanence is also relevant to this type of examination done by scientists in terms of relation between the cause and effect of the subtle particles.
Then the metaphor dela Geshe wo yin song san and sanje ge toma chue tong song de zaman metaphor chuo zo song yo.
And since the understanding of the impermanent, the meaning of impermanent is crucial, and Buddha taught first teaching on the impermanent, the meaning of the impermanent.
And
Buddha's last teaching was also on the Buddha's last teaching was also the teaching on impermanent. And we all encounter so many types of problems because due to the lack of the having understanding of the meaning of impermanence. And also, on the contrary, we do have the view. We have the view of permanent. We have the view of permanence, and we do not have the understanding of impermanent towards oneself and towards external things. Because of this reason, we encounter various types of suffering. So what is impermanent? What does mean by impermanent? Impermanent is the one that changes, that momentarily, momentary. It exists. Its existence is very momentarily existence. A single instant is object that is that exists. That does not exist at all. It's like a single instant. Momentarily existence. I think that's the one best way I can say. Transformation, the transient, you can say, or transformation. The things, the changes takes place momentarily, continuously, without even a single break. The very rebirth, in this world can also imply or indicate that we are impermanent. And once we have taken rebirth, and then the transformation that takes place right after the birth, and it's also indication that our body and ourself are impermanent. And none of us want to age physically, but we do age momentarily, but this is also the indication that we are impermanent. Our bodies. So the important thing that I like to say is that we do have transformation within ourselves, within our body, within our mind, within our society, within the world. But I like to encourage that kind of transformation should be the positive transformation, not the negative transformation, and that we have to try or strive for. So I hope, and we all will try to have more positive transformation in our coming years. And I think I have to stop here, and I'd like to thank everyone for giving us this opportunity, for coming, and especially the members for giving us this opportunity to share our thoughts. Thank you. Thank you.